Yo, what's up guys? Alright, today we have some more PlayStation fanboy salt, and it has to do with the upcoming game Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 1 Mastercraft Edition. Now, before we actually go ahead and get into the salt itself, I actually want to talk a little bit about the game, and this comes from someone who actually played through Space Marine 1 before Space Marine 2 came out. I think it is great that this game is coming back, and I think if you liked Space Marine 2, you're really gonna like this game. But what is the game? What does Mastercraft Edition mean? Well, let's take a look at the Steam page because it lets us know right there. You can see here it says about this game, Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine returns, enhanced for a new generation. Enjoy quality of life and graphical improvements that take the Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine experience to the next level. Improvements: higher fidelity and improved textures, 4K resolution, improved character models, modernized control scheme and interface overhaul, as well as remastered audio. You can see here it also says Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine Mastercrafted Edition includes the original Space Marine game and all DLC. Now, the reason they are making this game is obviously because of the massive success that Space Marine 2 was. I mean, I think the game sold like, what, 5 million copies? Which is insane. Actually, let's go ahead and check. God damn, okay, so 6 million copies as of January 16th, 2025, and in about a month it got 4.5 million sales, as well as over 2 million players on launch day. That is crazy. For comparison, Space Marine 1 sold like 1.2 million copies. So this is almost 6 times as many as the first Space Marine game in terms of sales. So obviously with all these new Space Marine fans, they thought why not go ahead and remake the original or retouch up the original so that people who enjoyed Space Marine 2 can go and play the first game. So you might be wondering, why are PlayStation fanboys upset by this? Wouldn't they be happy? Well, it turns out the game is only coming to Xbox and PC. Now, personally, I think it should go to PlayStation. I don't think PlayStation players should miss out on this game. But dude, it is hilarious that the same motherfuckers that were on Twitter for the past, I don't know, 5 years, talking about how important exclusivity is, they're now upset by this. Like, what happened? I thought exclusivity was super important and necessary. Could it be that you only like it when Sony does it, but you get upset when Microsoft does it? Which is funny because you guys constantly say, Xbox has no exclusives, Xbox has no exclusives. But the second they get an exclusive, you guys want to cry about it. Like, goddamn dude, make up your mind. But now, for the thing you came to this video for, it's time to get into some good old salt. We're gonna start off with a fanboy that I have covered multiple times here on the channel that goes by the name of Japan Hates Xbox, who is an American that pretends to be Japanese and thinks he speaks for the entire country of Japan when he says that they hate Xbox. I mean, seriously, just take a look at this guy's bio, which I know I bring up all the time, but dude, it just shows how childish this guy is. Japan hates Xbox. Japan and Asia hate Xbox. Xbox Game Pass is for poor people. Xbox will never have exclusives. That didn't age well. Xbox is a third-party publisher. Hashtag excluded. Hashtag multi-plat cuckbox. So yeah, as you can see, we are definitely dealing with a very mature and mentally stable individual here. Truly a person that every man should aspire to be like. His first tweet here is, "Hey, at Xbox P3, why do you value Space Marine more than you do Gears of War? Kindly stay the hell away from the Warhammer franchise. Our community doesn't like Xbox or Xbox players. We are all waiting for the Space Marine 1 remaster on real platforms, not Xbox or PC. I'd rather you keep your crappy Gears of War port than mess with franchises that have no association with Xbox and hold them hostage. Explain yourself." Ah yes, Warhammer fans all hate Xbox because this one random user on Twitter says so. And I love how you claim that Warhammer fans want the game to come to a real platform, aka PlayStation, but you completely forget to mention that Space Marine 2, the most recent Space Marine game, had like 200,000 concurrent players on Steam on launch. So clearly a big portion of the Space Marine community is on PC. But hey, a fanboy's worst enemy is facts and logic. Putting together a team of guys to get to the bottom of the Space Marine Remastered fiasco, there is definitely foul play at foot. The Space Marine community is largely on PlayStation, and the main platform for Space Marine 2 was PS5 by a mile. Something very fishy going on here. So let me get this straight. Whenever PlayStation locks a game to their platform, that's completely fine, and you encourage it. There are multiple posts of you actually celebrating every time a game skips Xbox. However, when a game skips PlayStation, then all of a sudden, something fishy is going on, and you gotta get to the bottom of it. Your fanboyism couldn't be more on display, man. Rules for thee, but not for me. But let's move on from Japan hates Xbox to some other fanboys. So Sega says here, enter the grim darkness of the far future. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine Mastercrafted Edition releases June 10th on PC, Game Pass, and Xbox Series consoles. Galerin here says, skipping PS5 is like saying no to free money. And the thing is, he's not even wrong. But the thing is, people who say stuff like this, they never keep that same energy when it comes to PlayStation. The truth is, the future of gaming is multi-platform because it takes so much money to make a game nowadays that not putting it on a certain platform, like let's say not putting it on PlayStation or Xbox, could be the difference between you breaking even and basically losing money on your project. But I do find it hypocritical that he made this post right here. It's saying no to free money if you don't put the game on PlayStation, right? Is this you? PC releases are a waste of resources and money. Better spent on more exclusive bangers for PlayStation. Wait, so you're telling me not releasing on PC is not saying no to free money? How does that work? Does money only count if it comes from PlayStation users? Stranded Snake says, can't wait to watch this make nothing, LMAO. Ah yes, because nobody on the entire platform of Xbox or PC is going to buy this game. PlayStation users are the only people that buy games. It's not like the Steam concurrent player count went over 200,000 for Space Marine 2 or anything, because that would destroy his pathetic console fanboy narrative. Oh wait, it did get over 200,000 concurrent players? Well, there goes that fanboy narrative. This guy replies to someone sharing the news about this game, how ironic, exclusive and a remastered. Something Xbox and media shills like to bash on PlayStation. Yet we don't bash on PlayStation for doing remakes and remasters, as well as exclusives. We bash on them for remastering 2-year-old games with barely any changes, because they want to make a quick cash grab. And when they do it of games that nobody gives a fuck about, like Horizon. We're talking about a 2011 video game here that was on the 360, 2 console generations ago, and is 14 years old. And yeah, exclusivity is bad. This game should be on PlayStation. We have been trying to tell you that exclusivity does not benefit users in any way at all for the longest time, but you kept telling us we were wrong. So now, you can enjoy not playing Space Marine. I do legitimately feel bad for normal PlayStation users that don't get to play this game though. You guys don't deserve this, only the fanboys. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the video up here. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. If you didn't, you can leave a dislike. And yeah, I'm out.